it's amazing because it feels like just the other day we were singing about leadership in Milkumana, where we're you know, talking about who's going to lead us, and now all of a sudden we're leaders in a very quick few years, because now we're got younger people really learning King Stingray songs, and you know,
they follow us,
following, and so
that's so amazing.
You know, being good role models and representing well is what we really.
Does that feel like quite a big responsibility?
Yeah, it does. I guess, you know, it does feel like a responsibility. It also feels like a little bit of, you know, a duty as well, because it's like, you know, music is timeless, and we really, I think, believe in what we do. You know, we believe in what we're singing about and what we're talking about.
King Stingray, welcome to Airing Your Dirty Laundry. Thanks so much for coming.
Thanks for having us.
So excited to have you guys here. When we started this show, myself and my producer, we wrote down like a list of dream guests, and King Stingray were on that list from the get-go. So,
geez, I hope we fulfill those expectations.
So there's no expectations, just being here has already fulfilled them, so it's all good. You guys are both from North East Arnhem Land, and for people listening who maybe aren't familiar with the area, you know, it's so far from we're in Sydney, Gadigal Land at the moment. What's it like growing up there?
Oh, I mean, I guess it's a paradise, you know, and it's a very unique part of the world where everything, the landscapes and the colours, you know, I've never seen anywhere like it. You know, these dark reds of the earth, you know, the bauxite, the red earth and the rocky earth, and then these really dark...
Tall trees.
Tall trees, really dark greens, and then just crystal clear water, and yeah, I mean, amazing place to grow up. All the fishing and hunting. It's like a kid's paradise.
Yeah, just in nature all the time. All the time, I can imagine. I know. It's like we were just saying before the interview started, you don't realise when you're a kid how lucky you are. So I'm imagining growing up somewhere like that, you know. Obviously, growing up, you were so close to music with Yothu Yindi, and, you know, obviously, yeah, it's a very musical place. I was watching a documentary on Backroads, I was just telling you, on the ABC, and they were just talking about how much creativity there is up there. And I suppose growing up there, how do you think that shaped you as musicians yourselves?
We have always had lots of people to look up to, like a lot of music in the community growing up, and these artists, from painters and not just music, but just artists in general, you know. You know, it's incredible how much talent and how many powerful people have come out of this small little, like, if you zoom out and you look at Yirkala in the map of the world, it's a Nyorkaling
right on the tip.
Right on the tip. Yeah, I wonder, do you think, I mean, why do you think that is, there's so, like, in that space, that there is so much creativity?
Oh, cool. What do you reckon? Just something in the air? I don't know.
Also, we're from the coastal area, like all the Arnhem Land area. So we all live like on coastal area, and that's where we're from.
Am I correct in saying that when you're singing in language on the tracks, that you're singing in, I've got it written down so I don't want to get it wrong, in Yonumata, is that correct? Is that how I say it? So how does the writing process work when you're writing in language, but then you're also singing in English as well? How do you choose which parts are spoken in which language?
It's a good question. You know, it's a pretty organic process, our songwriting, and you know, often it's led from the Yolngu perspective of you know, culturally, what's right and what are we trying to say here? Yeah, we spend a lot of time thinking and talking about what we want to talk about and share stories. Like, our songs are, you know, they all have a story to tell. They're not just kind of like gobbledygook. Yeah. They all have like a narrative, like an A to B, you know, sort of storyline, and so it all kind of makes sense, you know. When we're singing about, I don't know, like with the songlines, with the manake, they match with. So we, like, our first song, we're talking about a story of this white cockatoo, and then the manake is the lorpo, which is the cockatoo manake. And then same for through the trees. You know, we're talking about traveling through the bush and then that manake in there.
That's like a man like walking through the trees, and he's going out to like a billabong or out into the coastal area.
Yeah.
Where he's gonna rest and do hunting and.
And you choose, so it just kind of comes naturally with which parts come into which language. Is that kind of what you mean?
And like if we've got an idea, okay, we want to talk about this, and then we sort of link up what songlines make sense.
Yeah.
Because it's all about bringing culture to the forefront, you know, of our music celebration and culture celebration, so that it makes sense.
Yes.
You know, we always try and make it's important, you know, cultural preservation, language preservation as well.
Absolutely.
It's really important for us. So and you know, there's a process we go through to get that all signed off from elders and for making sure that the, you know, Yongomate is all how it should be, you know.
Absolutely.
Because it's really important to preserve that, and it's really awesome. It's so amazing, you know. It's such a great feeling.
What's the response then when you take it to the elders up there and they hear the music? What's the response that you've got in community as well?
Awesome response.
Yeah.
Our support back home is so good. So much love back at home.
Happy, proud,
Yeah.
and like really happy for us, like showing our culture and our traditional manake and to people around the world, like.
And when we say manake, just so I understand, that means music?
Yep.
Yes. Okay, great. So yeah, because it would be, you know, like we said before, like such a small part of Australia at the tip to be able to bring that to, and so in the mainstream as well, you know, there's so many people now in Australia have heard of kingstingray.
Yeah.
I think I was listening to an interview with yourself that you were saying the merch was being sold overseas, and it's amazing to even be able to take language and the culture across the ocean when not only is Arnhem Land such a small part, but then Australia also so far away from the rest of the world to then take it.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's amazing. We were thinking about this, we were talking about it yesterday. It's like, what other things can bring people together like music does, like on such a mass level?
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's really awesome things in life. Sporting things bring people together. Food brings people together. Music is just crazy. It's such a bit, it can really bring people together, and doesn't matter what language you're singing in, people hear the music and they feel something. It's all that feeling.
They feel,
Yeah.
And you know, we've grown up with such amazing support, and being inspired by our family in Yothu Yindi or Wanambi band or all these bands. We grew up with Gurmo. There's so many amazing, talented musicians and artists that have come out of Kellaway or North East Arnhem Land. So it's kind of just like, it fills us with all this really awesome optimism, but also it's just like, I don't know, there's something, you kind of just grew up with it, and you don't really think about it too much, just because, you know, from mucking around in the music room at school or at the art centre at Puko. And it's like, you know, the art centre is like the sort of centre of town. It's like the nucleus of creative things, and, you know, mucking around with Azza and at the Mulka studios, and you know, you've got artists everywhere.
It's so true. And also to that point of music bringing people together, and you saying last night you played at the Enmore, you said you could hear a pin drop. And it's so true. Everybody, I always think that when I'm watching live music, we're all focused in, like, how often does that happen? Where, you know, I mean, people do bring their phones out, of course. Like, it's impossible to expect that that's not going to happen. But for the most part, we're all pretty honed in on this one thing, and it's a pretty special and incredible thing to be able to do. Yeah.
It's so cool. And we felt that as well with our recent US tour when we were supporting King Gizzard in the US the very end of last year. And, you know, it was our first US tour, and, you just wonder, because we're very, Australian sounding band. It's like proper Australia sound, but we're curious how American or, people were going to hear it and take it. But the response was amazing. Like when Billy's picking up the yidaki, everyone was just losing their minds, loving it. And
when we say yidaki, we mean
the didgeridoo, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And, we noticed at that tour as well, there wasn't many phones in the crowd, and I think that's the King Gizzard fans over there are just incredible. There's a response because they're so loved, and they're just honestly the best band in the world. Like, so inspiring. We got really inspired by that tour, and
Inspiring, yeah.
Yeah.
it was so fun. And
They're crazy. I don't know
so
how
amazing.
they're putting out music like
Yeah.
every 2 seconds there's a new King Gizzard song uploaded, I swear.
And they work so hard, and they're just the best people. But yeah, it was so cool going to these shows, and you've got these people just really dialed in, watching and enjoying music and having fun. And yeah, it's a really cool experience.
So cool.
Yeah.
How do you then balance, because the music is bringing the Yolnu, am I saying it okay? Yolnu, like culture into sort of a modern era. So then how do you balance sort of more traditional sound with the more modern sounding music when you're playing and writing and everything? Is that something that's a conscious decision, or does it just sort of happen quite naturally?
Yeah, definitely conscious of it. Like
Naturally.
Yeah.
there's a I don't know how we do it.
It just happens. It just
Yeah.
comes.
It
It
happens.
just comes.
But we
Yeah.
are aware, like, of trying to make the two work together in a balanced way, and these are these ideologies left, for us by our, the late Dr. M. Yunupingo. He's always kind of instilled that message of balance, and that goes in music as well, but in life and lifestyle and everything. So, his messages ring true all the time, and he, was obviously he was the pioneer for
And
a
who
lot
is
of
this you're talking about, sorry?
Dr. M. Yunupingo, the lead singer from Yothu Yindi.
Oh, right. Oh, yes, okay.
And he, talking about bringing culture to the main stage and, to the world is like seeing people like that, it's pretty amazing.
When playing on the yidaki, am I saying this okay? Yidaki, do you create new sounds, or is it bringing in sort of ancestral old sounds into the music? How does that sort of work?
Yeah, all ancestors.
Yeah, bringing that to their sounds in.
And the clapstick as well.
Yes, I know. I could hear that on the. It's pretty incredible to listen to and to hear, as well as like not having grown up. Obviously, I grew up on the Northern Beaches in Sydney, but as an Australian person, I still feel really proud when I hear this music and listening to this album. And then, like I already said, hearing that it's being taken overseas, it's a pretty incredible thing. And you do feel that pride, right?
Yeah.
Like it's,
For sure.
Yeah.
It's our power. We see the
Power.
Duma and the Yiraki, it's the King Stingray power.
Yeah,
It's what it's all about.
And that's probably, like you say, when you play overseas and people haven't, maybe heard these sounds before, they not have their phones out, they're so absorbed in it and they're really learning as well, which is so amazing.
It's a very cool experience.
Yeah.
And something that we're very grateful to have that response of people getting behind it. And,
Is it true Elvis Presley is really popular up in North East Arnhem Land? Is this?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. How, do you know where that comes from or why?
I think my mother's uncle, he met him somewhere Darwin or
Elvis Presley?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
so that's how Elvis came famous in Yirkala, North East Arnhem Land.
That's true, yeah.
Or my grandmother clan,
Okay, yeah.
which is Galpo,
Galpo.
Guruwiwi,
Yeah.
and Ririchingo.
Guruwiwi. Is that the same as Andrew?
Yeah.
Is that the same? He's a musician from up as
So
well?
his father, Andrew Guruwi's father, used to listen to Elvis.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Because again, another musician coming out of this such a small area. It's just incredible. It's
amazing. Yeah.
What do you, again, then I suppose when you see like young children, how do you hope that King Stingray like inspires the children of the area as well?
Just to give things a go, and music, you know, whether it's music or whatever art it is or whatever passion, you know, we're kids from the bush just doing what we love and giving things a red hot crack, you know, and it can be really hard coming from small towns because it is really supportive, but it is you isolated and trying to follow your passion is a tricky thing to do. But yeah, you know, we hope that young people can see what we're doing and we know that's happening already, you know, and you know, our fellas are leaders in the community already because of the, you know, the accomplishments of music, and it's amazing because it feels like just the other day we were singing about leadership in Milkumana, where we're you know, talking about who's going to lead us, and now all of a sudden we're leaders in a very quick few years, because now we're got younger people really learning King Stingray songs, and you know,
They follow us.
following, and so
That's so amazing.
you know, being good role models and representing well is what really.
Does that feel like quite a big responsibility?
Yeah, it does, I guess. You know, it does feel like a responsibility. It also feels like a little bit of you know, a duty as well, because it's like, you know, music is timeless, and we really, I think, believe in what we do, you know, we believe in what we're singing about and what we're talking about. So, yeah, and I think we just have a lot of fun. We get a lot of enjoyment from what we do. So at the very, like, least, we kind of love to impart that. Like, it's really fun playing music, and it's a really fun thing to do, and you know, you're never bored if you can play an instrument or you enjoy music. You've always got something to do, and it gives us a lot of fulfillment. Well, that's me anyways.
Yep.
But you know, music is such a amazing thing, and having a creative outlet, you know, and yeah, I don't know, I think it's a good thing to
Definitely.
give a go. And if
Definitely.
you're, you know, an aspiring artist or whatever it may be, it's cool to have role models that might help you along the way, or I don't know. I think at the very least we just love playing music, and we're like, I'm sure you guys might as well.
Yeah, totally. I know. It's and as though, like you said, like it's fun. Like at the end of the day, music should be, if not fun, it should make you feel something. Like that's right. Like that's the main goal of it. And there should be love and care within.
It's all for the fun, you know. That's why we do this. You know, it's really important for us that you know, enjoyment. You know, we don't take ourselves too seriously, you know, with things, because life can be serious, and it's like there's a lot of serious things in life. But you know, music for us is there's two parts that we are very intent and about certain things, particularly the cultural side of things. And we're also friends, and we're also family members. We're playing music, sharing a stage, and having a laugh, having a smile, you know, giving each other love, you know, just making each other laugh. And
that's what it's about.
And that really, for us, like when we perform, we do that. When we rehearse, when we're on the road, when we're in the van going to the airport, we're playing silly buggers and enjoying life, because I think that's just how we like to try and live our lifestyle. Yeah.
And then, like you said before, like it's such an isolated place. So what was it like for the first time, I suppose, going overseas and playing to different parts of the world? Was it intense or
What do you reckon?
fun?
Fun,
Me
man.
too.
Fun.
Good fun, and a long road trip
Yeah, long way.
on the tour bus.
Were you on the sleeping tour bus? The ones you could sleep on? Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Had like couch,
Yeah. It's so
toilet,
good.
shower.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing. I know whenever I used to go there, I used to get so like, because I would travel for work a lot. It's very homesick as well though, but I think it's pretty amazing to be able to see the world and do what you're doing and taking it. Yeah, it's so cool. Yeah.
It is so cool. Seeing new places, that's what's also great about music, is that the places you can get to, where music can take you. And, you know, we're going to Europe and in a few months going
May,
to,
yeah?
Yeah, in May.
Have you've both been to Europe?
Oh, you've been to,
I've been to Italy.
Okay.
Venice.
Yes. Oh my gosh, isn't it beautiful? But Venice is amazing. Yeah. I know. It's have you been to Europe before?
No, never.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah,
That's
so really
Good
exciting.
pasta there.
Yeah, good pasta. Very good pasta. I know the first time I went to Italy, I was 18. And you know, when you're 18, like, I didn't know what to get. And like, I was like, whatever, not really as I would be in the culture now. I didn't really care so much back then. And the first meal I ate was a pizza with hot chips on top. I sent my mum a photo. She's like,
Classic.
no, you've got to eat the pasta. And I'm like, no, I'm getting the pizza with chips on top.
It's like getting spaghetti bolognese and Cuda or barley or something.
Yeah, exactly like that. I know, it's so funny. Like
Been
looking
there,
back now.
done that.
I know. When you go overseas and then you come home, what's it feel like returning back to country as well? Because those songs on this album, what's it? I had it written down. Soon As. That's about coming back home to country, right? Like, so I suppose, and the lyrics are, it's good to be back on country, both feet on the ground. It's been a while, but I finally touched back down.
Yeah.
So like, it must feel pretty amazing as well, coming back to country and coming home.
Definitely. Like 1 year, Dimmer says, you know, it's good to go and it's good to come back.
Yeah.
He always says, and it's a long way to get home for the boys, because it's, even in Australia when we're travelling, it's so remote. So it's a huge journey to get back home just with coming to Sydney. And and then but it's funny when you're doing these tours and like, it's amazing the memories you're making and the stories and all these places you're going, the people you're meeting. It's so much and it's an incredible experience. And coming back home, you want to share it and talk about these stories, and then in your mind it's so, like, I always feel like talking to my partner about it, and it always sounds not as cool when I'm talking about it. It's like, no, I swear it was way cool, like we would with these cool people and we were going to cool places, and so it never sounds as
It's
good,
so true.
because in your mind you're in this total like different
Well,
world.
it's like a dream, right? Yeah.
You know, it's a pretty surreal experience, especially touring with King Gizzard, who are such an amazing band. And coming home, I was just frothing, just like absolutely frothing them and just the whole experience and stuff. And trying to articulate how I felt to other people was hard, because it's like, oh, how was the US trip? And it's like, where do I start? It was just amazing.
Yeah.
Went to some amazing things. We went to the Grand Canyon and like, but see, even saying that, it just doesn't do it justice.
Totally.
So maybe we got to sit down and write some music, or I don't know.
At the same time, I feel like as well, though, whenever I go away, like I come home, it makes me appreciate so much of home, you know, and how like lucky, like, you know, I live right on the coast, on the beach.
Oh,
it's like not many people where I live on the beach. I get it to myself a lot of the time. And you're like, wow, like even some of the, like, you know, in Europe or something, you'll go down to a beach and you're like, it's not the same. Like, we're just like, even though it's beautiful, it's not the same.
We're so lucky.
Yeah.
I noticed that too, coming back to the Northern Rivers where I live, and it's just like, you know, lush and green, and the water and the surf is just like, this is just the best. It's so quiet too. You can hear all the bird sounds and all these little senses you pick up on coming back from when we were in, you know, America, and then you coming back from LA, and then you get finally back home.
Yeah.
And then the same going back, you know, flying from, where did you fly? Miami to Irkala, you know, that's quite a long way.
Miami, LA, then
It takes a long time as well, right? Because it's not just being so far. It takes a long time just to get to Sydney. So.
Yeah.
And then for the Dreams, your album that's out now, it's obviously out. But I wanted to know, for me, the themes I get from this album are like nostalgia, a love of home, but also like correct me if I'm wrong, like a missing like that youthfulness as well a little bit, and missing like being a child maybe. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've pretty nailed it. Yeah. Like, I think, you know, we've come from a very sleepy sort of lifestyle, living remotely in a small town, and over the few years we've been travelling and playing music, but it's like, I don't know, I think there's a definite like nostalgic feeling. We're all quite nostalgic at people, like we like to reminisce, we talk about tours and things that, remember this, or remember that, and it's a fun thing to do. We're always talking about good memories, and I think that's just us as people in the band. We love to reflect on some funny times, and so we had a fair bit of that going on, and because we were travelling so much, and fitting in recording times and stuff like that, we were just on one. We were just excited and really stoked, and just like kind of, I don't know, decompressing as well from like trying to wrap your head around what you're doing and where you are, and because it's a pretty fast-paced energy, the entertainment world.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I know.
And like
I mean, there's a song on the album that talks about that. Why are we always moving so like quickly? Which song is that?
What's the hurry?
Yeah, what's the hurry? Yeah. And it's so true.
And that was more also, that song's a bit of a wink at kind of climate change and talking about sustainability and why we're looking for these really quick temporary fixes and not thinking long term about caring for country and stuff. But it's like we're very passionate about our environment. Our environment is what, inspires us a lot of the time, eh? It's what gets us stoked and...
Well, I mean, it's such a theme that you can hear throughout the whole thing, singing about the trees and the bush and the wind and everything, yeah.
Because something that my Yolngu family always talked to me about, it's like, there's no, I think humans get really distracted in big, all around the world. We lose sight of what's, our priorities, and we forget that the environment is really, we don't exist without the environment, and it's actually not a separate thing at all. No. Things get in the way, like careers and jobs or whatever it may be, and you forget how important.
The earth is our life.
Yeah.
It's without the earth, it's what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Yolngu people are like the original, conservationists of earth and, sustainability and living on country.
So we sing the animals from the mainland and the trees and the land and to the sea and all the sea creatures. So we sing all that.
And it's all connected.
Connected to the land.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
The sea.
Exactly. Are we going to have another King Sting Day this year in November?
Oh, always.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
We're just, we, big advocates for
taking the
celebrating. Any excuse to celebrate.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. What's the plan? See what happens.
Yeah, cool.
I can't remember
It was such a good, I loved it.
Yeah.
November 8th, King Sting Day. I love it.
It was so good.
Yeah.
Albo was getting behind it. And we were
exactly. Pretty
getting
cool.
closer and closer to getting another public holiday.
Why not?
We should try a bit harder there.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, cool. So I've got some fortune cookies.
Yeah.
The questions inside are from people who are watching the show, and they're just generic, very fun cookies.
Yeah.
So
Right on.
here you go.
No.
Breakfast.
Right?
Champions.
No,
Whatever you want.
What?
Do you want to go first, Roy? What does yours say?
Mine says, do you remember the moment as a kid or later in life when you knew music is what you want to do? I don't know. It's interesting. Don't know if there was a defining moment. It's maybe an accumulation of lots of just moments. Maybe, obviously inspired by so many artists around me growing up, and my dad's been a really big part of that, and my mum is an amazing artist in her own way as well. And they're both just creative people, and grew up in a very creative household where I had to, like, to sit down, I had to kind of remove a guitar from the couch or something to sit, because there's just things everywhere.
Yeah,
so kind of naturally just had to, then there I am with the guitar in the hand, and not even intentionally thinking I'm going to play guitar. And it's just kind of...
Just happened.
So, it kind of is just around me. And then ever since I was a little kid, I've always just loved making songs. Love making little song ideas, always since I was, a little one. And it wasn't like, this is what I want to do. I want to follow my dream. I never really thought of it that way at all. It's more just something I enjoy doing with my time. And I always think about that because, like, it's such an uninfluenced kind of mind when you're a kid. Like this, I don't know, like I'm talking really young, and I don't know, wasn't really doing it for a particular reason. It was just because I enjoyed making songs and playing instruments. And I think, when it comes down to it, that's why I like music, is because I just really enjoy that creative thing and that excitement you get when you're making a song with some friends or yourself, and you're onto something and you're buzzing and you're, oh, what about this? And you're cracking up and you're laughing and or it's more, maybe it's not that sort of song, but you're getting this really fun, creative thing going on, and that real, I don't know, kind of like subconscious, you're not really thinking about too much. It's just like, I don't know.
No,
so I don't know if there is a particular moment.
It wasn't like okay, today's the day I decided. No,
like, we play small, like that gig Billy and I did in the Byron Bowler with our mate Colby and my dad was up there with one of the fun, on par with any other gig I've done.
Totally. Sometimes the smaller ones as well are like, you're just like there. It's
great.
There's no pressure. It's all about just having fun and,
for sure,
and listening and being in part. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
And it was such a pleasure to have you both. And
Cheers.
And have the best time in the rest of the tour as well.
We will. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks, guys.
Sweet.
Thank you for having us.